Hello everyone, welcome to GGW Sharks by GoGoBo World. It's 47th event. I'm super excited to have all of you here. This event is already, we may say, industry recognized, industry known. We partner with so many organizations, and I'm going to give you some extra hints what's going on in the next months and in the future. It's been a while. We haven't done this event. We had a break for this summer, so my team had some time to rest. And with a new energy, we're coming back to rock on this stage with an amazing set of investors, who I'm going to present in a second. But before that, because GoGoBo World is the creator and the sponsor of this event, we usually talk about ourselves to tell you more what we do, so you're aware, and maybe you would like to use GoGoBo World in the future. GoGoBo World is the #1 platform to connect the best, most relevant, warm investors with most well-selected startups. And you are the ones to make sure that this is happening, because you're putting your information and the mathematics is deciding who's relevant to who. You're creating your profile as an investor, as a startup, and our machine learning, our algorithms is making sure these connections are the most relevant. This is the way investors are seeing startups on other platform. It's already a relevant offering to an investor. It's a pre-verified startup, but also before they connect, they also watch your 60-second elevator pitch, where in 60 seconds you also convince them whether it worth their time to continue and connect or not. And if it's a connect request on both sides, it's a match, and so you can talk and move to a call, to a meeting, wherever necessary to move further. And it's not just connection, it's relevant connection. The whole mathematics is built around relevancy. That's the most complex stuff. And this is why we had these amazing investments. We had recently an investment in Genetica that was 500K investment, and it was all over PR'd by the company, by the fund, and us. Also, you probably heard of investment into Practica AI, and then Ellis is also on our panel today, and he is the one behind of this investment who was excited in that startup. Now, today we have amazing sharks on our panel. So if somebody is talking, can you please mute yourself? Just a second. I'm gonna mute. John Guanzari, you are talking. I'm gonna mute you. Okay. So I'm excited to announce GGW Sharks 47th with this amazing set of investors. We have 5 selected investors, 5 invited investors, and this honored panel is going to be our judges today. Vishishta, Rakesh, Sophy, David Mandel, Dan Ellis, and Julie Moylan. So it's amazing. Venture funds, venture groups, Punch Capital, Headline, Emerging Venture Capital, Techstars, and IrishAngels. Well, before we get started and before I let investors to present themselves, the rules. The rules are important to make this organized, so no one is interrupting you when you present and you are not ruining someone's speech. It's a lot of people. We got to get organized to make it efficient for everyone. So please keep yourself muted all the time, except for investors. And if you want to pitch, if you come here to pitch, there are some selection rules. My team is selecting here in the chat. The account name here is GoGoBo World. If you would text me, I probably don't respond, but my team is going to respond if any questions there. So who is going to pitch first? Those who filled out their profile and emailed us to pitch. So we pre-selected some of the companies initially. And the rest who didn't do that, you guys need to raise your hand here, digital hand in Zoom, and we will select you on a first come first served basis. It's important for us that you have revenue and have some traction. So that would be probably one of the reasons we select. But everyone should keep their hand raised. Keep your video on. and make sure that you have for your first name and last name in your Zoom account and a company name, so my team can really understand who is it, like to match you against the company we have on the platform, so we don't have any surprises. It's an open public big event, and we want to verify only verified people to pitch. So that's important. So if you don't have video or name, we probably don't select you. Just be aware of that. Please respect your time. It's just 2-minute elevator pitch plus questions and feedback. So we're gonna have a hard stop after this, and any investors who decide that this is the startup they like to connect with, we will do a connection after the event. It will be a warm intro via email, but only if investors select you. It's a 2 hours event maximum. We can't promise that everyone will pitch, but don't worry. We'll make sure that you pitch in the next events. Please email us, fill in your profile, and we can put you on the list beforehand. How to make your 2-minute elevator pitch perfect? So keep it as a story, get to the point of what you do, why you're unique, and tell a little about your traction. And remember that here is not only the pitch event, it's also a networking event. Support each other. There are more investors in the chat, so you can connect with more people. And if you see anyone is selling to you something here in the chat, please let us know. We will ask them to leave the session, because we don't allow to sell anything to each other. If somebody is publicly writing this or in your private messages, it's not good, and we don't like that. So quick note, to be selected to the such events like GGW Sharks, there is also another way. We've recently launched GGW Pitch Bootcamp. This one happened a few weeks ago, and every month we're going to do a pitch bootcamp to practice your pitch. For those who maybe want some feedback, we invite less experts, but instead of investing, they'll give you a lot of feedback. And this is and the best companies will be pre-selected to pitch at GGW Sharks automatically. And the big announcement that we are partnered with San Francisco Tech Week. We are partners of San Francisco Tech Week and Tech Week itself of Anderson Horowitz for a couple of years already. It's been a blessing and a great partnership for us. We're super excited about that, and we're gonna do a flying GGW Sharks in San Francisco during SF Tech Week on October 11th. So you can already RSVP now. We will do some pre-selection. And yeah, we're gonna rock in the city together. Well, my final slide. Let's make some noise together. Take a screenshot when you pitch or others are pitching, and share it on social media. Tag Go Global World, the participants. Let's make some noise. Keep reposting. We don't want to pay Google or Facebook for a simple thing when you can repost and share this news about us, so we can keep these events free for you. That's it on my end, and I'm very excited to present our Sharks panel. And let's start with Sophy from Headline.
Hi everyone, my name is Sophy. Headline, so as a firm, we've been around for 26 years. We're headquartered in San Francisco, investing globally across different geographies. We cover Europe, Asia, and South America, also North America. I'm on the early stage investment team here, looking at mostly SaaS businesses, B2B SaaS. I would say we primarily invest in Series A stage companies, so a little later. And our minimum check size is 3 million, so 3 to 15 for early stage, and then 15 to 50 million for later stage. I'm super excited to be here to meet everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us. And Sophy is not feeling well today, so she may be leaving early today. So we're excited that you found time to join, and very grateful for that. Thank you. David Mandel, please take the stage.
Hello, David Mandel out of Los Angeles with Emerging Ventures Capital. Our site, emerging.vc, has our whole story. In a nutshell, we invest in US and Canada-based seed stage tech startups that are using emerging technologies to solve business challenges. And our checks are from usually 100 to 500,000.
Perfect. Great to have you, as always. Julie Moylan, IrishAngels. Your turn.
Thanks, Daniel. Hi everyone, Julie here. I am with IrishAngels. We are a Notre Dame affiliated angel network and one of the most active throughout the US with just over 200 members. We're seed stage investors, industry agnostic, and typically writing average checks of around 360K. Headquartered in Chicago, but I'm based in Denver.
Awesome, based in Denver. Um, Vishishta, you'll be next.
Thanks, Daniel. Hey, everyone. I'm Vish. I work for a VC fund called Punch Capital. We invest in B2B software businesses that are being built by first and second generation immigrant founders in the US. We're a young fund. We've barely existed for about 2 years now. So far, we've invested in 14 startups. 6 of them have already gone and raised follow-on capital from top investors like Union Square, Kraft, Jack Altman, who's Sam Altman's brother. The latest one is a Series A being raised, being led by Insight Partners. So it seems like we're doing something right. We invest at, like I said, pre-seed, seed stages, up to 200K. And yeah, happy to connect with you all, and we're looking forward to a great event.
We're looking forward to see what you say to our startups. Exciting to have you as well. And
Thank you.
Ellis, it's not the first time you're already opening our session. Looking forward to hear what you say. Yeah, please say a few words about your fund as well.
Yeah, hey Daniel, thanks. Great to be back here at Sharks. Hi everyone, I'm Dan Ellis in Austin, Texas. I have about 10 years experience as an angel investor and startup advisor, and I currently represent the investing interests of a family office called Sure Ventures. They are actively investing, typically doing checks in the range of 50 to 100K. I would say we're mostly sector agnostic, just looking for amazing founders working on interesting products with some signs of traction and growth. So definitely glad to be back and excited to hear the pitches today. Thanks.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to see this project that would be exciting for you. Dan Ellis was one of those who invested in one of the companies at pitching here at the GGW Sharks. And it's now all over TechCrunch. That company is super successful. So exciting to have you. And this is the moment we get started. And the first person to present is Elena Brandt from B-Sample. So I'm kicking myself out from the stage, and I'm going to give this chance to pitch to Elena. Elena, you ready?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. You got 2 minutes, and we start now.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. I am excited to share with you today the story of B-Sample, the first data marketplace that empowers research beyond the West. So while doing my PhD in psychology, I've learned this mind-blowing fact that 96% of all human behavioral data currently comes from people who live in the United States. So all research and all AI models of humans, like synthetic personas, for example, are still almost exclusively relying on data from Americans and ignore 6 billion people living in the global South. Research of humans is a $95 billion market, yet it still doesn't have a quick and affordable way to collect data from people worldwide. That is why we, a team of researchers and engineers, built B-Sample, an automated behavioral data marketplace with a focus on the growing global South. We call it Beyond the West. We use mobile messengers to acquire primary data providers anywhere in the world. We leverage AI to vet them, and we partner with local fintech to reward them. B-Sample has already engaged more than 100,000 people worldwide in studies coming from Harvard, Stanford, MIT, and 400 other research hubs worldwide. This year, we raised a total of $500,000 from angels and small funds. We're fresh out of Techstars, one of the world's most prestigious accelerators. Just last month in August, we hit 500 users and 20K monthly revenue. We're opening a pre-seed round where we're looking to raise just slightly over $1 million to enhance our global crowd of primary data providers and try a subscription model where we resell access to secondary data on people. We're closer than ever to basing our understanding of humans on truly diverse and globally representative data. So I invite you to support B-Sample in building this future together. Thank you.
Well done. Right on time. Even you got some extra time. Thank you so much. Well done.
Thanks.
Dear Sharks, dear investors, do you have any questions to Elena?
So it's interesting, but it sounds somewhat academic from my standpoint. Can you tell me, for your marquee customers, what's an example of how this is being used in the real world?
So we do have quite a lot of academic researchers among our customers. We do have some market research too. And recently, when we had this idea of reselling secondary data because it's very rich and very diverse, we're actually having some interest from companies like DeepMind, who are after behavioral models of humans. An example of using that in the real world where we need to predict human behavior would be, let's say you're a bank and you're trying to predict whether a person will or will not pay off a loan. Right now, those models are actually based on like a shamefully small number of parameters, like 7 parameters, age, and have you ever paid off a loan before. If you compare that to like LLMs that have hundreds of millions of parameters, right? This is like not even comparable. So we're working on providing more data for more advanced models of human behavior.
Any more questions from investors?
Yeah, just one question from my end. What's the valuation that you're raising at right now?
Well, we are having an investor doing due diligence, so they will be like a lead investor. They will be defining that, but we're thinking anywhere from 6 to 8 million.
Got it. Thanks.
Perfect. Is there anyone from investors interested to connect with Elena or have questions? I guess in or out?
I'm in. I'd love to know a bit more.
Awesome. Congrats. So there is one shark in and we have 4 left. Let's see what they say. Julie, are you in or out?
Wonderful, very concise explanation of what you guys are doing, and it sounds very interesting. It's just too early for us, so I'm out. Thanks very much.
Cool. Thank you, Julie. Dan?
Probably also early at that revenue level. I do think it's kind of interesting. I'll definitely like kind of keep tabs on you, but data is the new oil, right? So it's kind of an interesting concept.
I'm happy to keep you in the loop if you want.
That'd be great.
Great.
Thank you.
Does it mean that we should connect you then, or?
Let's connect. Sure, let's do it.
Fantastic. All right. Sophy?
Yeah, we'd love to connect. Thank you.
We'd love to connect. Perfect. Sounds exciting. And David?
Probably a little early for us today, but like the others, I'm happy to stay in touch and follow your progress. And if you got some signs of traction that are making this venture scalable, then we would be happy to engage at that stage.
Awesome. So it's 4 sharks out of 5, almost a jackpot. Congratulations, Elena.
Julie also wants to stay in touch. She didn't actually answer.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for calling that out. Yes, I would love to stay in touch and
Thanks. Jackpot.
You got it. Right. This is the jackpot. So congratulations. Applause to you. But yeah, investors, you don't have to agree on this. If founders are insisting, you may decline. So the next person to present is Nishit Pancholi. Nishit, are you there?
Hi, Dan. I'm here.
All right. You got 2 minutes and you may start now.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Let's start with a quick show of hands. How many of you all have seen friends and family suffer from joint pains, arthritis, or some type of a sports injury? Yeah, it's pretty much every time the response I get. So 60 million people in the US suffer from joint pain. That number is about 500 million worldwide. I'm here to tell you that my company is relieving joint pain and arthritis without surgery, without any painkiller, and that's just one aspect of what we treat with our products. My name is Nishit Pancholi, and I'm the co-founder of GGW Labs, a pioneer in the regenerative medicine space. We are a revenue-producing company with an FDA-cleared and a European CE mark-approved medical device on the market. Our products isolate and deliver regenerative cells from your own body, helping you heal and regenerate without any side effects, without any surgery, and at the point of care. Our markets in the space of orthopedic, sports injuries, aesthetic, and plastic surgery verticals have a huge TAM of about $160 billion. GGW Labs has achieved significant traction and milestones, including FDA clearance, European approval, a growing revenue, now about $1 million, IP ownership with 14 plus patents granted, distribution contracts, and ex-US licensing deals, especially in Asia, and has experienced industry-known executives with great domain expertise. Together, we are creating a regenerative medicine ecosystem, and we are raising a pre-Series A of 1.5 million to scale up US operations and to launch in the ex-US markets. Thank you.
Thank you. Right on time. You have even 20 seconds. Well, dear Sharks, Very interesting to know what you gotta say to initiate. Anyone?
Yeah, hi Nishit. Nice to meet you and thanks for your pitch. So can you talk more about your go-to-market right now?
Absolutely. So in the US, we have launched the product for about a year and a half after the FDA clearance, and we've been working with regional distributors. We did sign up just very recently, about a month ago, a national distributor with 65 boots on the ground. So that's a path we have taken. So about 50% of the business right now is coming from direct sales to practices, which include orthopedic practices, pain management physicians, aesthetic and plastic surgeons, med spas. And then the remaining is coming in from the distribution channel. Ex-US, we are going to be very selective and either opting to get out licensing deals and white labeling the product for them, or entering into some kind of a joint venture like we have done in China, or selecting specialized distributors overseas. So we are not going to be. They are going to be doing most of the heavy lifting overseas. Our focus is still going to be on the US market.
Okay.
Awesome. Any more questions?
Nisha, do you have direct competitors in this space? And if so, what makes your solution technologically superior or differentiated?
Absolutely. No, thanks for the question. Yes, we have one direct competitor. It's a product and a company called Lipogems. It's an Italian product launched about a year and a half before we came in. It's a very manual product. Ours is a very automated product in the sense we use a standardized G-force using a centrifuge, and the processing is very intuitive and very easy to do with our product. Theirs is a very manual, where they somebody fills up the device with the lipoaspirate. That's our base, the sample that we take, and somebody literally shakes the device for about half an hour, 45 minutes. It disrupts the workflow of the clinic, doesn't give you an end product that is biologically superior. It comes in at a heavier price, and so we have all the technological and price advantages over Lipogems, and we have already picked up about more than 50% of their customers.
Okay. And just to be clear, you're selling a device specifically, right?
Right now, yes, it's a device. It's a single-use disposable device. So it's used once on one patient and thrown away. So it's almost like a SaaS model for biotech or medtech.
Okay.
Yep. Time for one more question if any one of you would like to ask. Is there any one of the sharks interested to connect with Nishit? Or you guys got feedback, Nishit? David, do you have any? Are you in or out?
I'm out because we don't do any healthcare, biotech, or medical devices. My partner and I have no background in life sciences and just avoid that area.
Okay. Yeah, this is the sound you heard. This is a timer, so just in case you're aware of.
That was very regal, Daniel. Nishit, I think it sounds interesting, but much like David, I feel like it's sort of out of our wheelhouse to be able to make accurate assessment on whether that works. So I think for that reason, I'm out.
Sure.
Any more feedback or why you guys out?
Unfortunately, we don't do medtech. Sorry about that.
No
Nice.
problem. And
I'm happy to connect.
you want to connect?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
One shark is in. Fantastic. And we have Vishishta.
Yes, Nishit, sorry, I'd have to be out. I don't know enough about the space, so I wouldn't be able to help you a lot with this. So
No worries.
good luck. Sounds very like a very interesting space, and sounds like you're doing pretty well. So good luck with that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you to all the sharks for listening in. Thank you.
Perfect. And the next person to present is Daniel Sirgunin from a company called Reno. Okay, Daniel, you ready?
Yes, I am. Hi, everyone.
All right, you got 2 minutes and you may start now.
Hi, everyone. I would like to start with a question for you to reflect on. How much would you be willing to pay for your physical safety while traveling in a car, especially in respect to robberies? This question may sound theoretical to you, but not to hundreds of millions of people that live here in Latin America. A common way to protect yourself is to use an armored car, a bulletproof car. So for you to have an idea, only in the city of São Paulo, there are 200,000 bulletproof cars in private use. Until recently, there was no way to get an armored taxi. And so here comes Rhino, We are not just an armored Uber. We control supply, delivering best-in-class experience for our clients while creating solid borders from preventing future competitors from accessing the fleet. We started operations in January this year. Since then, we have completed almost 20,000 rides. We are getting 70,000 revenue this month with 40% on average month-over-month growth, and we have already raised $2.3 million. So we achieved that with three key pillars of our success, I would say. So the first one is the proven market fit. We have observed flat retention every single month since January, even though we are still small and we have lots of restrictions and inefficiencies. So we have also tested all elements of the model, and we know that it works on scale even at the current stage. The second point is the massive market. You might think it's a niche product, but only 1,000 cars in operations bring us to a unicorn valuation. And we estimate that the market only in the city of São Paulo is between 5 to 10,000 cars, armored cars. We also plan further expansion to Mexico and Colombia. And the third very important key element of our success is the team. So we have people from the industry, best in class, and some of them are industry stars from all over the globe. That's it. Thank you.
Well done. GGW Sharks, do you have any questions?
What's the difference in pricing to the consumer from your rides to a regular Uber or taxi ride in each area? And what's the elasticity on pricing, the willingness to pay that premium?
David, a great question. Thank you. So since the launch, we've been testing pricing. And so we tested the pricing from 1x, like exactly the same price as Uber Black practices here in São Paulo, to 3 to 4 times higher. So right now we charge on average from 50% to 2 times more expensive than Uber Black. And to have a reference, what Uber Black is here in Brazil, it's a Nissan Kicks. It's a very, very simple car. So we charge on average 50% to 100% over their prices, with great retention. So,
okay.
Are you doing this in an Uber-like business model? Do you actually own the vehicles, or are you contracting out the ride services to people that have their own armored vehicles?
So we are very different from Uber in this perspective. We control supply. So we rent the cars, we select the drivers, and we train them. The reason we do so is because there is no supply on the market. So those 200,000 cars that are already on the streets, they are in private use. And most of them are owned by very rich people that will never allow the cars to be used in such a platform, or they will never become drivers. So we have the model closer to Revel, which is very successful in New York and is expanding in other cities, where they control the fleet, and we do the same. We rent the cars and we select and train the drivers.
As a follow-up to that, then.
Sorry.
As a follow-up, you own the cars. Are you renting them to drivers who are renting them from you to get paid per trip, or are the drivers your employees?
So the drivers are, technically speaking, not the employees, but we have contractual relations with them. So they just work in shifts. So they work in shifts with the same cars. So basically, we are able in this way to utilize our cars 24/7. So one driver starting his shift at 8 a.m., finishes his shift in 8 hours. The next driver picks the same car and goes out to the street to work his 8 hours.
Are they paid the flat rate per shift, or are they getting paid a revenue share?
The biggest part is the fixed rate, yes. So as of today.
Yeah. So in terms of business model, is it very similar to like Uber, other similar companies, or is there anything you're doing differently?
I think it's a very important that we are not doing an Uber-like product. So we are not a marketplace. Yeah. We control supply. So the reason we do so is because there is no supply on the market. If there was supply on the market, I think Uber would have created already like Uber armored category, but there is no supply on the market. And that's why we go after suppliers, we rent the cars, and we deliver this amazing product to our clients.
So you have a take rate on each transaction?
It's 100%. So we take the full ticket since we do the whole operation part. So we rent the cars, we train the drivers, we run the whole thing.
Got it.
Do you see yourself going into platforms like the way do you see yourself going into an Uber or Lyft and partnering them to create that category so they can use your vehicles?
I
rather?
don't think so, since this is our main competitive advantage, and right now we can be very profitable at scale. So we already see that where the break even is. So even with just 15 cars, what I've told you, we achieved only with 15 cars, 15. And even 20,000 rides that we got, it's only with this number of cars, and we had even less in the beginning. So this willingness to pay makes this business very profitable. So, and that's why we were growing with this speed, and we were able to raise $2.3 million.
Awesome. So we passed time. My final questions to the Sharks. Is there anyone in to connect with Daniel, or you're out and you have feedback?
I'm out. I'm not excited about the asset-heavy business model, as well as the potential compliance issue of the employees being employees but not employees.
Okay.
I'm with David. I think marketplace is a very different model, but there's a reason why investors are after the marketplace model. But again, I think it's a great idea if you are able to provide a solution that's in high demand, but there's no current supply for. And also for in terms of the market itself, we have a team in South America, but I personally don't cover that specific region, so I'm out. But thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dan?
I'm going to be out just because we're not investing in South America at this time. I kind of understand your business as a potentially very profitable services business. I'm just not convinced that it's going to fit a venture model, which typically scales really quickly with the use of technology. And as David was kind of alluded to, it does feel like it would be potentially like asset heavy and sort of feels more like a traditional business. Nevertheless very profitable, but maybe not one that sort of fits a venture scalable type mold.
Thank you. Julie?
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, thanks very much for your time. I appreciate the problem that you're solving, and enjoyed the story, but we don't invest outside North America, so not familiar with that market, nor do we play there.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
what would you say? In or out?
Out.
No, Vishishta, are you in or out?
I'm going to be out, Daniel, because I don't know anything about the Brazilian market. I also agree with Dan and David about the somewhat operationally expensive business model. It's not very suitable for a venture capital investor because we need to invest in companies that scale really rapidly. We need really, really high returns really fast. But all the best to you. Seems like a real problem that you're solving. And yeah, all the best, man.
Thank you. Daniel, this is your feedback. We have also more investors in the chat, and yeah, support others. And
Thank you very much.
Exciting project. Thank you. Sophy is hopping off for just in a few seconds. Sophy, maybe you have some final words to say to the founders, maybe some final feedback if you want to share.
Yeah, thank you. I think super exciting and very, very thankful for the opportunity. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I will add my email here, but unfortunately I do have to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophy. Great to have you. Good luck and please feel well. All right. So the next one, Jamie Harford from Jaw Drop for Sports.
Hello, chat. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, good to have you, man. And you can start now. You got 2 minutes.
Awesome. I'm excited to introduce Jaw Drop Sports, a groundbreaking platform that's revolutionizing fan engagement by connecting supporters like never before. Sports clubs face challenges with stagnant fan engagement and missed revenue opportunities. Traditional platforms fall short in building genuine communities or meeting the expectations of modern fans. Jaw Drop Sports changes the game. We've developed a white label matching platform tailored specifically for sports organizations, and here's how it works. works. Fans can drop pins at their location, be it in the stadium, a local pub, or even at home, and instantly see and connect with other nearby fans. Our intelligent matching system helps fans find and connect with others who share similar interests, favorite players, or matchday plans, fostering a real community spirit. Fans can coordinate meetups, share experiences, and create group events, enriching their connections to the club and to one another. Through our affiliate network of travel, hospitality, and ticketing, fans create seamlessly and can book travel, trains, reserve restaurants, arrange accommodation, and each transaction generates revenue for the club. For the sports clubs, we offer customization and integration. It's a simple plug and play platform with your club's brand digital ecosystem. This then provides valuable real-time data and insights and analytics on fan behavior to optimize experiences and engagement. We've already secured a beta with a Premier League club in the UK, and we aim to scale this across the global sports league. Jaw Drop Sports offers a secure and scalable solution that elevates fan engagement and opens up new revenue channels. To touch on the thesis quickly with my last seconds, one of my co-founders is Indian. We are an American and English entity. We're raising 100K, and I look forward to your question.
Exciting. Thank you. Right on time. And dear Sharks, do you have any questions to Jamie?
What's the revenue model?
Sorry,
we
Dave,
got-
go ahead.
Yeah, two revenue models. The first one being an affiliate model. So we plug into platforms such as trip.com and we provide a transaction environment in the app. And we also charge for packets of pins. So, for example, if you were going to a bar and you wanted to make a Chicago Bulls meetup, you would drop a pin, describe the events, and other Chicago Bulls fans could meet you there. And we charge for packs of pins. It's not a subscription model. And we basically split the revenue with the club 70-30. So we are technically a B2B SaaS.
Anyone else?
Hey, yeah, hey Jamie.
Hey.
Thanks, a great pitch. I just like a question. Like, is it really hard to find fans when a sporting event is like in motion? I mean, if there's a football game that's going on in my local area, and I just go to a bar, aren't fans gonna sort of already be there? It's like no app required.
Yeah, good question. Ultimately, the NFL, which is obviously an American sport, runs for 18 weeks a year. That leaves a large portion of the year where fans are lacking interaction. So we try to connect fans outside of the sports stadium. And to touch on, can you find fans at a sports event? Perhaps your neighbor who's 3 houses down from you, or you live in an apartment block, you never knew the guy above you goes to the same game as you and you drink at the same bar. What we're trying to do is connect fans to create a more enriched match day environment, which then in turn makes everyone's day more enjoyable.
Hi, Jamie. Thanks. And do you have like an example of how that has worked? So I'm just thinking from like a community perspective, like it's hard to engage people through the app when there's so much excitement around the actual game. So like, is it happening right now? The enrichment.
So basically, there's two sides to sports. Obviously, match day revenue isn't as high as you think. Taylor Swift generated more revenue than the NFL last year. That's from match day revenue. So ultimately, what we're trying to do is create revenue opportunities for the clubs outside of the match day. So it's not necessarily about I'm going to the soccer game, who else is going? It's more like I'm a fan of the Chicago Bulls and I want to do a meetup with local fans outside of the match day. Or maybe it's the case of it's an away game, so we're going to meet at a bar instead to watch it together. So it's not necessarily about connecting fans on the day of the event, although our affiliate model captures that revenue, such as booking trains. It's more about the fact that I'm a diehard sports fan, and that's 365 days a year, my entire life, not just the 25 match games that are on a year.
Jamie, how many monthly active users do you have, and what's the retention rate so far?
We haven't got to that stage. We're currently launching our private beta with West Ham Football Club, which is in the UK. They're a massive, massive sports organization, and we're currently going through that process currently. So we'll be getting to that soon. We're pre-launch, thus the small ticket required.
We'll probably have time for one more question, so if any of you would like to ask. Okay, anyone would like to connect with Jamie? Anyone in or out, dear Sharks? Do you have any feedback? Vishishta, do you have any?
Yeah, I'm going to be out because, firstly, I have a little bit of bad experiences with a couple of companies that I've seen in the past that work towards fan engagement, given they were a little bit more skewed towards Web3, but they had a really hard time scaling up and retaining their users. So that's just my personal opinion. I would love it if you could prove me wrong, but all the best to you, man.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thanks, Vishita. It's very kind of you to say so. And yeah, just to be clear, we're not a Web3 platform. We're standard code.
All right, thank you. Julie, would like to go
Yeah,
next?
thanks, Jamie. I'm going to be out as well. A little bit too early for us. And then similarly, in this space for us anyway, it's the retention and the engagement that is the real challenge. So good luck. I wish you all the best, and thanks for your time.
Very kind. Thanks, Julie. I appreciate you listening.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, Jamie. So I think for me, I'm out. I just kind of feel like it really lacks a strong usage incentive other than sort of meeting random people. And then, once that's done, I feel that it would be like very easy to just disintermediate you from the process. And then, maybe if you kind of had something special about it that would kind of continue usage, or like a stronger pull, like something that made it feel very exclusive, like maybe meetups with players, or special discounts, or something along those lines. I think that might stimulate use. But as it is right now, I kind of feel like it's a bit weak on incentives.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. That's great feedback. And obviously, at this stage, we're focusing on building and deploying the first version. But in the future, anything's absolutely possible. So yeah, cheers for your feedback, Dan.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, I'm out. It's both very early, much earlier than we come in. And also, we don't invest in Europe, but also even if it was US, the concept doesn't sit with me. I'm not sold on it.
Thank you.
That's great. Thanks, David. Appreciate that.
This is your feedback. Please network in the chat, support others, and share your information as well, because we have more investors in the chat. And good luck to you. Awesome project. And look forward to see your success.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
Thank you. The next one is Viola Tavrovsky from Switzerland. Viola, we're excited to have you. You got 2 minutes and you may start now.
Hello everyone, I'm Viola and I run Parrot Art, a B2B2C marketplace in the art industry where people can finally earn by providing their services and products through a transaction fee business model. We need 278,000 transactions to generate $100 million in annual revenue to achieve unicorn status. A quick note. The art market is not just about artworks. There are 3 million people working in this space with 300,000 businesses spending $20 billion on art-related services per year. Our sum is only 0.5%, highlighting the massive potential of this market. We currently have over 30,000 users and are seeking 500,000 with 5 million cap to hire 2-3 team members, marketing and operational costs to accelerate our growth and developments, because there are 2 of us, I am, and my co-founder, Taya. Thank you.
Awesome. Right on time. Less than a minute, like almost a minute. Dear Sharks, do you have any questions to Viola?
Yeah, hi Viola. Thanks for your pitch. So when you launched into this, like straight away, I thought of Etsy. Do you get that a lot when people are talking to you? Like, do you recognize Etsy as a competitor? Like, how do you play against Etsy? What are your thoughts?
Okay, currently there are so many online art galleries like Artsy, Saatchi, and others, and all of them focus on art sales like fine art paintings and sculptures and so on. We focus on services like curatorial mentorship like renting storages during art fair. It's a very huge price. For example, for 3 days, you can pay like $100,000. Renting exhibition spaces in the galleries, renting art studios, it's photo shooting, staging, and other supplied art-related services.
Okay, so I'm misunderstanding what you're building. So you are not necessarily building, like, so tell me more about the actual marketplace. Like, who would come to the marketplace and who would like exchange on the marketplace or transact on the marketplace?
Yeah, we started as a social network. That's why it helped us to generate like 30,000 users currently from different countries. And there are two biggest markets like US and UK. And there are artists, curators, art advisors, collectors, museums, art institutions, storages, and different people.
Okay. And how are they doing what? So the problem that you're solving for them, how are they getting that done right now?
Maybe it works like maybe, it's like a Fiverr, it's like a freelancer, and you can search services, and for example, book a call and pay for it, like online teaching or something like this. Or if we speak about physical services like staging or renting, it works like a booking, but it's all about services in the art market.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you. Okay. So you're like centralizing all of that.
Yep.
Very nice. Thank you.
Any other more questions to Viola? Anyone interested to connect with Viola, or you guys have feedback? Are you guys in or out?
Hey, Viola, I'm going to be out. Just sort of based on what you described, it really sounds more like a services company rather than a rapid, scalable venture business. There's nothing wrong with that. It just doesn't leverage technology in a way that I would consider hyper scalable, and therefore it kind of makes it uninvestable from a venture standpoint, in my opinion. So for that reason, I'll be out.
Thank you. David?
I'm out. It's not an area that we invest in. We're focused on B2B emerging tech startups, and this is not a fit for us.
Thank you. Vishishta? Out?
Yeah, thanks, Viola. I'm going to be out because this is out of our scope of investments, but wish you the best.
Thank you.
And Julie?
Yeah, I'm going to be out as well, Viola, but thank you. That's just not our week.
Go for it. You're done. All right. Sorry. Sometimes it interrupts, but this is how we keep track of time to be organized. But I appreciate that. Viola, this is your feedback. Please make the best use of this and network in the chat, support others. We have more investors, and exciting to see you successful in your space. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
The next person to present is Maxim Tkach. Maxim, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Hey, everyone.
Maxim, great to have you.
No problem.
You got 2 minutes. You may start now.
Hey, everyone. I'm Max. I'm CEO of Starlight, next generation launchpad, making crypto investments accessible, convenient, and profitable for 1 billion Telegram users. In the past 10 months, we have more than 100 projects raised $2 million from influencers and decided to build a comprehensive ecosystem to support projects in all stages and provide like really user-friendly functionality for all retail users to invest in top most promising crypto projects. We already built our Telegram mini app and we have 100K monthly active users there. We partner with multiple projects with over 1 billion user base and do personal promotion with them at the moment. We built a platform to onboard influencers for the projects, like conduct proper ambassador programs for them. And we have like 8 projects for $1.5 million worth of token distribution, and we charge both parties 10% for like running these campaigns. We plan to integrate OTT functionality and charge 5% of the OTT deals. And basically, just to give you a quick understanding of the problem, basically, if you want to earn money in crypto, you either go to the exchanges and try to buy there, but prices of the tokens on exchanges are super high at the moment. And to get on like early stage as a private investor, you go to Launchpad. But launchpads possess like super high entry barriers. And for example, on TDFi or other competitors, they possess like 100x amount of tokens needed to be allocated to deposit. And we remove this obstacle, basically providing everyone to invest up to $100 without any token or NFTs. Just go to Telegram channel, click join deals, and pay fee on top of the investment. And our functionality is also provided to ensure the fairness and distribution for like huge number of like 10,000 investors per deal. We currently raised 50K in pre-round stage at raising a $4 million valuation. Have offer from Kryptonites for $500,000 raise plus participation in the show. Would like to see you as our investor.
Thank you. Dear Sharks, do you have any questions to Maxim?
Maxime, I'm old enough to remember when crypto's gone through multiple waves of hype. Like when I hear crypto project, I want to run for the hills. What's is an example of something that's been produced out of the community that would be significant in your opinion?
Actually, I've been working on Launchpad before as a business analyst, like in 2 major Launchpads. And there is actually like multiple areas where crypto is useful. For example, real world assets, when we tokenize assets that have utility in real world, and we provide a small portion of it to like multiple retail investors and allow them basically fractionalized investments. Other things include physical infrastructure, IP, for example, Story, a recent project, they raised $50 million from recent forwards to provide basically community-driven product development. AI is also really like project on the intersection of AI and blockchain to be really useful. And we see emerging projects like Fetch or Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, like in like $3 billion valuation cap at the moment. So if it answers your question.
That's it. Maxim, we cannot hear you for some reason.
Maybe it's my internet connection, but I hear well.
Yeah, okay. So, dear Sharks, do you have any other questions to Maxim? All right. Is there anyone interested to connect with Maxim? Anyone in or out? Do you guys have feedback? So we already had feedback from Dan, so probably I guess Dan is out. Or crypto. David, you probably don't invest in crypto as well, as far as I remember.
Correct. No crypto.
Perfect. So what about Julie?
Don't invest in crypto either. Sorry.
Okay. And Vishishta?
Yeah, Max, I'm afraid we don't invest in crypto either. It doesn't have like much good reputation after the last market crash, but good luck to you, man. I think there's like some positives there. I've invested in this space like 2 years ago. That was like one of the better times, but good luck, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Max. Good presentation, and just a recommendation to you and everyone, please make sure you have good internet connection, so sometimes we just don't hear you. Yeah, thank you, Maxim. And the next one is Heli Milidonis. Heli, please turn on your video.
Yep. Okay. Hi, everyone.
Heli, you got 2 minutes.
Can you hear me? Hang on a sec. Sorry. I apologize. I have had eye surgery, but we're good. Okay. So hello, everyone. I'm the founder of Bubble. It's a platform reinventing how we experience group travel. So think of us as Airbnb meets Uber meets meetup.com. We connect like-minded travelers like digital nomads, solo adventurers, and event goers to share accommodation and experiences in a safe, fun, and affordable way. So travel can be isolating and expensive, especially when you're organizing group trips. There's 40 million digital nomads alone who are looking for others to travel with. And there's no seamless way to connect with others and manage the logistics. I got the idea from running shared ski houses in Lake Tahoe, where I hosted over 200 people while I was working at Uber. The solution is Bubble. It's a platform where travelers can either bring their own group or join one, sharing accommodations and experiences. We simplify everything from finding the people to the payments, etc. 35% of nomads are over 40, and we're designed to go after the millennial and the Gen X who are looking for trust-driven booking platforms. Our business model is we charge an 8.4% traveler fee, and we're launching travel insurance with Get Spot Insurance, taking 10% of the premiums. The leaders, importantly, are incentivized to create and lead bubbles, potentially turning their trips into side hustles, which is where the gig economy comes in. So we've already signed up 300 users, run over 15 bubbles with 30 paying customers, generating our first revenues, and we've proven that the travelers will pay. Our public beta is launching now, and we're excited to grow. And we're raising $1 million in our pre-seed to scale our business. Thank you. Was that 2 minutes?
It's actually
Sorry.
Congrats. Well done.
Sorry, I could get into more. I'm too early for all of you. I know that, but that's okay.
Yeah. Shark?
I love the idea, but it is early for us, and we also generally avoid anything that's consumer. But I really think that's a good niche in that crowded travel space. I actually like what you're doing.
Thank you. Bubble.co, if any of you want to sign up and run a 40th birthday or anything.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a personal issue that I've dealt with in the past, and it sounds like a good solution.
Awesome. Yeah, and Haley, you can share your website information so people can check out afterwards. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else would like to connect?
Haley, you're in the US, correct?
Yes, so I am an Aussie, but I live in San Francisco. The company's headquartered here. C Corp, Delaware C Corp.
Okay, great. And then, so you've run the traction again by me?
Yeah, so we ran an MVP over 6 months. We ran 15 plus bubbles. We proved our 8.4% traveler fee. Let me just we proved use cases. We've got 300 members signed up, and we're launching public beta now. So we've done zero marketing for that.
Great.
And it was really my own network, because honestly, this product, a lot of people could really use it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to stay in touch. It's too early for us now, but I'd love to stay in touch.
Well, thank you. Actually, if you're in Ireland, I'm heading to Ireland in October for a wedding, so maybe we could meet up as well.
I live in Denver, but
Denver, no problem. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's okay. If you're ever in Denver with Bubble, let me know.
All right, so one shark is in. Congrats. Despite it's not an investment purpose, but you guys want to keep in touch, so we'll definitely connect you. Thank you. Anyone else? We have Dan and Vishishta.
Yeah, Haley, I have a quick question, Haley. Dan, you want to go first, please?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. What would stop someone like Airbnb to do offers similar experiences like Bubble? They've been experimenting with like celebrity houses lately with experiences. What's the difference there?
Well, a couple of things. I love the fact that you raised that, because Airbnb actually could build this, but they also could have built AirDNA, and they didn't. They just bought it. They are experimenting with experiences. We're organizing the platform for the solo. We're organizing the platform for the person who does it as a side hustle. They don't do it as a business. If they launch anything, I think they'll probably launch a creator platform. I've looked into the creator platform market. It's got requirements that are really high. I've also seen another startup fail. I'm going after the everyday person who's stuck with the job of organizing the trip. I'm also going after the everyday person like me who ran a ski lease and decided and worked out I could get a free trip and fund my spot. So it's a very big market that I'm going after, and kind of a hidden market, but I know it's there. And I'd like to mention, hotel rooms. One of the most easy use cases for us is hotel rooms. Most of the hotel rooms for conferences have 2 queen beds and people of the same gender, and we've already had people do that. And so if they do that, there's also the rest of the market, and hotel rooms is going to be massive, because hotels just want utilization. South by Southwest had 77% occupancy of hotels last year. I met with their housing manager. She was like, this is such a great idea. So anyway.
Cool. Thanks. I'd love to know more. We don't directly invest in the space, but I know a lot of my friends do. So happy to introduce you to them.
That's great of you. Thank you so much.
2 sharks are in. Congratulations. And you said that they are early to you. Okay, you're early to them. Congrats.
I did incubate it for 2 years while I was at Uber before I went and did it. That's kind of why I feel like we've got something.
Perfect. Dan, probably you want.
Yeah, Haley. I think I need some clarification on the product, so maybe we can take it offline. But I'm trying to understand, is kind of the difference here that you have sort of a guide, like somebody who is like leading you through the process and helping facilitate the experience? Is that sort of the major difference here?
Yeah, no, so it's a two-sided marketplace. You have leaders and you have travelers. The leader is like the host. We used to call it host. We changed it because it was confusing. The leader
Yeah.
gets the property. Think of it like Eventbrite. When you run an event on Eventbrite, you don't get the venue on Eventbrite. You assume to have it, and then you organize your thing through Eventbrite and sell the tickets. It's exactly the same as Eventbrite. So we have education and we show people how to do it. But do you know what? 75% of our wait list said that they wanted to lead or to lead bubbles. I thought it'd be 20%. It was 75%. The gig economy is real and live and here today in travel.
Okay, it's interesting. Definitely going to be too early for us, but yeah, I would be willing to stay in touch and see how it develops for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, stay together, share together. Thanks.
That's good.
Awesome. Well, this is your feedback. 3 sharks are in. Congratulations. Super excited about that. And the next person to present is Alena Homich from Gromus AI. Alena?
Yep. Hi there. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you, and I'm looking to locate you just a second. Alena? Okay, just a moment. Oh, I found it. Perfect. Here you go. Exciting to have to know more about your project. You got 2 minutes.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. And today I'm excited to introduce you to Gromus AI, a personalized platform designed for musicians and content creators to grow their presence organically across social media and music streaming platforms. Think of us as your personal data analyst, assistant, available 24/7, offering actionable steps to reach more people. In the era where visibility is everything, creators often struggle to get their music in front of the right audience, especially without big budgets and promotions. We know that there are over 100 million musicians around the world, and at least half of them are independent and those who struggle to get their creations out in the world. With our co-founder being a music producer, we know how hard it is for them. That's why Gromus solves this problem by providing AI-driven insights and personalized recommendations tailored to each artist's unique needs. And we focused on TikTok as our first stage of a product, as this is #1 tool for independent music creators nowadays. And our platform offers daily updates, data on latest trends, personalized growth strategies, and social media analytical tools. And all of this is powered by our unique AI engine. We analyze TikTok for over 2 years, and right now we analyze over 1 million data points daily to provide and back up that data. We released our MPV in June and started to work together with the users to see how they react to our product. We have not done any marketing at all, and we have over 700 people registered in our platform, 20 paid users on basic subscription for $10, and 6 individual subscriptions for $1,000 with whom we're testing this platform in depth. And we already have some successful stories and growing demand from musicians. We're excited to explore interesting funding opportunities on our pre-seed stage and accelerate our expansion.
Perfect. Right on time. Thank you so much, dear Sharks. Do you have any questions to Alena from Gromus?
Alena, how do you keep in check with the updates in the algorithm on social media? They update it quite frequently based on different experimentations that they do. So how do you keep track of all that?
So we have a couple servers, and our AI analyzes different data points on different servers like daily, and we update refresh the data based on the changes of algorithms. Of course, there are some social medias like Instagram and YouTube where the algorithms are showed like different fluctuations, but TikTok changes their algorithms not that often, so we kind of like get the chance to kind of project the differences and fluctuations in the changes.
Got it. Have there been any users who've somewhat gained followers or gained views directly through using, and how much have they gained?
So we have one successful case of one musician who started to work with us on individual subscription like a month ago, and his videos were gaining like 400 views, like 5,000 views randomly, and now every video he's posting, it's over 1 million. So just by right time of posting, the right content he did, the right image, the branding, the video image, we managed to show the results of this, which converts in like later stages, which converts to paid like streaming services where they will upload the song of the artist and then listen on Spotify, YouTube. So it's kind of like TikTok is the first stage where all the emerging musicians are going to show and like get viral effect, and then from there they monetize their content elsewhere on YouTube, Spotify, and other streaming platforms.
Analytics can be expensive for you to run your algorithms. And what's your unit economics? What's your cost per active user on your platform to get them all this data per month?
I have my co-founder here. Dima, are you here? Unfortunately, I can provide you with that information by email, and we can discuss.
You're charging. You say your subscription's $10 a month.
Yeah. So I can't provide you with the amount of like each user, but like our subscription costs $10, and like we have different packages of subscriptions depending on the features.
I just kind of feel like your retail price should be about 10x that. I mean, you should be charging. If this is something they're using that way, it should have, something like $100 a month cost per user, and that it might cost you over $10 a month just to run that on the back end.
I think we like the cost will be around that. That's why we created different packages, because we think that there are different, like musicians, they want the access to any tools they need, and we created this tool primarily for them, and we kind of want to help them. So we kind of bootstrap our own research, our own data analytics, because we see the goal over there. So
maybe one final question from any of the Sharks, if any.
It's more of a question rather than a comment. I've just seen kind of similar startups, and so much of it just seems like an algorithm exploit. And at the end of the day, don't like creators on these platforms just have to be like really good at what they do? And there's no long-term way to hack your way to success. I feel like any edge that you're going to get with like data or algorithms is just going to be short-lived before they close that window on you. And like, how can you directly sort of attribute success for your customers to what you provide versus a creator just being exceptional at what they do? Like, do you have any kind of way to, to judge that?
We just help them to save their time, spend more time on creation without doing the analytics themselves, without spending like 5 hours scrolling down the TikTok and trying to find the trend they can hop in. We just give them the trends and say, this is what is popular right now, use it. If not, you can create your own. Like, we just a helping tool for them, rather than we say them, this is what you need to do and that's it. You can't be successful without that. Look at us more like an assistant.
Okay.
Yeah. My final question to the Sharks. I also know the team for some time, and they have a very strong founding team. So the guys are very experienced, and with the past success, I guess something could be actually expanded more here, but time is limited. Anyway, any of you Sharks interested to connect with Gromos team? Or you have feedback?
I'll start if you want. I mean, it sounds like an amazing product. Whatever you've done to build this and be able to provide that analytics that's actually useful, gives them a punchline of what's trending today and how to use it. That's an amazing tool, and it's refreshing to see that versus everyone else that's just trying to jump on the generative AI to assist people in making content. You're actually telling them what to make. And I can see that them partnering with the other side that makes it for them or helps them make it. I think you need to figure out your business model. You're really not yet paying to acquire customers. So once you start acquiring customers and figure out the pricing and figure out how to make money off of this, it could be interesting. For now, it's smart team, great product, but too early on the business side.
So you out, right?
Okay. I'm out for now. Yeah.
Thank you. Dan?
Just not totally convinced with startups that are in this space as to the long-term value. I could agree that creators can get a short-term bump, but at the end of the day, these kind of algorithm exploits don't tend to hold up over time. And so I think it would be interesting just to measure churn and how you can kind of continuously develop users' presence on these social platforms. And I think that would still kind of yet to be determined. So I think for that reason, I would be out at this time.
Thank you. Julie?
Yeah, thanks very much, Elena, for the pitch. But I think I'm going to have to be out as well. I'm not entirely sold on the space, and I think it's hard to quantify value proposition here. I'm not sold, and for that reason I'm out.
Thank you. And Vishishta, what's your final say?
Yeah. Alternate, thanks for presenting. I'm going to be out because this is out of scope for us. We primarily focus on B2B, but good luck.
Thank you.
Aliona, we have more investors in the chat. Great product. I love your team. So good luck with that. Look forward to see your success. Please share more information here in the chat.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. And the next person to present is Emmanuel John. Emmanuel, you ready?
Hi, Dan. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm going to put you on the stage. Okay, you got 2 minutes. This is the time to start.
All right. Thanks, Daniel. This is my first time. Hi, Sharks. Good to see you all. I'm Emmanuel, the founder of Blue Group Therapy, we call it. So we get first in Google search. We're building a mental health tech. It's a consumer space and a mental health tech. So Sharks, do you know, by 2028, we have 40% licensed mental health therapist shortage in the USA. And with crippling mental health crisis, there are going to be a lot of people looking for mental health support, and we have less therapists. So we are solving the problem of therapy at scale. How we do it? We do it using an AI-powered group therapy audio app. We discovered we wanted to have an audio app because our target audience are Gen Z and millennials, and they prefer to keep it more audio than video. And we have group therapy sessions. That's we're trying to scale the therapy option at scale. How we do it? We have a walk, talk, and learn platform where we do short 30-minute live audio sessions from licensed therapists, and we have people attending the sessions. So we can simply call it as stress management audio workshops for now. So we are seeing a traction of 1,000 paid active users last week. This is within 3 months of launch, and we are working hard on adding more therapists to the platform. We have currently about 12 sessions a month. So the idea is to add more sessions, collect more data. We're using AI to match the people's requirement for stress, anxiety, and depression to our pre-recorded sessions. And that's where the AI comes in on the platform. So in terms of a business model, it's a subscription based. So we have users paying a startup offer of $5 a month for unlimited therapy sessions. So that's a no-brainer. So people really wanted to have this. We're a team size of 6, including advisors.
What's your final statement? Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
We're looking to raise a pre-seed of very less amount, 50 to 100K, just to get to our next milestone of 10 therapists and 10,000 MRR. So we are venture capital ready.
Okay. And you already raised something as far as I know.
Yeah, we raised about 20K. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Dear Sharks, do you have any questions to Emmanuel?
Emmanuel, I have a question. Therapy, like from what I have heard from the mental health startups that I've spoken with in the past year, it is more of like an interactive session, right? It needs to be somewhat personalized to the people who are listening to it, who are having stress or anxiety issues. There's not going to be a one size fits all kind of a solution to it by just listening to a therapist. So how do you address that? And how does it, like, if I'm a user, how would a session typically look for me, and how would it address my issues?
Well, the plan is to have the sessions on an education basis. So the sessions are not tailored to develop interactions with a lot of people and therapists. So our session is going to be like lecture style, the topics. So you're going to align with your requirement with the topic that's been available in the past sessions and also on the live sessions. And there is an interactive component where you can have a Q&A going on with live chats as well as audio, depending on the group size, depending on the time for Q&A. It's up to the licensed therapist. They are independent contractors. We give them full freedom to choose the topics they want, although we suggest that this could be good topic, say topics on relationship breakdown, narcissistic abuse, mostly like finance, stress from workplace. So we give topic suggestions, but it's up to them to choose the topic and up to you to choose which session you want to be in. And there's an option where you can choose a therapist as well and topics as well. And you can switch to multiple therapists, multiple topics, and multiple sessions. Okay. It's all unlimited in the unlimited package.
Yeah, maybe as investors have more questions. Vishishta, did he answer your question, or you have more?
Yeah, I did. Mandel did. Thanks.
Okay.
We can follow up on one-to-one if you're interested later.
Okay, so probably we have a little bit of time for final question.
And just to weigh in on that, I do kind of feel like, Emmanuel, like it feels more like a life coaching service rather than a feels more like a life coaching service rather than a therapy provider, because I just feel like therapy is inherently personalized in order to be useful, and I'm not sure I'm like getting at it's otherwise I just feel like if you're doing what you're doing, it sort of just sounds like you're competing with a litany of free content that's available on YouTube, and yeah, for that reason, I just don't feel it's kind of differentiated enough.
Sure.
All right, dear Sharks, anyone would like to connect with Emmanuel, or you're out in maybe some quick feedback? So I understand Dan is out, and you already gave the feedback. Thank you. Julie?
Yeah, thanks very much, but no, I'm out.
Thank you.
Yeah, and David, I guess you're out as well because it's too early.
Well, we don't do healthcare, and that includes mental health. It's just an area we're avoiding.
Got it. Vishishta?
Manuel, I'm going to be out as well. Not fully convinced of the value proposition to the end users who are paying users. Like Dan said, it needs to be a little bit more personal when it comes to therapy. So yeah, good luck, man. But I'm out. Thank you.
Thank you, Manuel. Share information and support others. Great to have you. And
all right, thank you.
The next presenter is Alex Holt from San Francisco. Yeah, very interesting to know what you got to say. You got 2 minutes. Go for it.
All right. I'm excited to see you again, Daniil. I love what you're doing. My name is Alex Holt. I am the founder CEO of IO. We have built a restaurant platform that is going to change how restaurants do business. We have built the full feature set of what you need to operate a restaurant, from a website builder to managing your staff with payroll, to managing your purchases and your recipes, all the way down to how many ounces of each ingredient is sitting on your shelf. We have new ways of taking orders with our AI server at the table called the Nugget. We have also completely taken over marketing for restaurants, where all they need to do is approve the campaigns. Everything is automated with AI. What I really think we, differentiate is that we really try to solve the problems for restaurants. My co-founder was at NVIDIA and led their product division for 3 years. He has a lot of experience. He worked directly with Jensen Huang from NVIDIA to build amazing AI products. We have built a very big platform. We have 170 employees right now building this all out, and this is going to change the restaurant industry. We just launched recently. We've been in beta testing in my own restaurant group, Flights, for about 9 months now, and we have 8 restaurants live on the platform. It's game-changing stuff. We have 50 restaurants in the pipeline. We're super excited to see what we're going to be able to do next year in terms of scaling when we leave our stealth mode. Super excited to chat with investors to close up our seed round. Right now, we have about 4 million in our seed round. We're looking for one more. Our pre-seed was 18 months ago for 3.6 million with a super impressive cap table. Thank you so much for the opportunity to chat today. Happy to answer any question. 2 minutes now.
Right on time. Congrats. Exciting. Sharks, do you have any questions?
Alex, I do have a question. So I've been meeting with a lot of AI startups that are focused on restaurants, especially after like this generative AI boom, and most of them are somewhat focused on like different parts of the whole operations of the restaurant. So there's one that's focused on automating the whole marketing bit. There's one that's automating the whole purchasing bit, things like that. How do you compete to be better than all of them in all of those specific verticals? What's the edge there? What's the differentiator there?
Thank you so much for that question. It's actually the best question I can get, because to really help restaurant owners run their restaurants the proper way, they want one dashboard, one login, and to really leverage all the new technologies with AI, you need the data in one system. So the biggest problem with having this disconnected tech stack that I've been fighting with for the last 15 years is solving that main issue. Because what happens when all the data and all these automations happening in one system, it's game changing, and things that are really complicated becomes really easy. And it's very tricky to do this like AI feature for one thing, because now you need to go and integrate with 50 to 100 different POS systems or 40, 50 different payroll providers or scheduling softwares. It's a nightmare out there. And that's what we have solved with IO and why we're going to become $1 billion company very soon.
Got it. Thanks. What's the like targeted ACV from a restaurant?
So we're right now at $20,000 per location, per restaurant per year. That's going to go up to about 30,000 with 60 to 70% of it being payment processing.
Got it. Thanks.
Alex, we chatted a while back on LinkedIn as well, and I saw your deck before. To clarify, it sounds like your system's an all-in-one. It replaces the POS. It replaces most of the other systems that a restaurant has, and that's how you avoid the pitfalls of the integration. But so it has to be best of breed in every one of those areas for restaurants to want to dump what they have now and switch to this for everything. At the same time, you still need integration with a lot of third parties. Can you talk about your integrations with all the ordering systems and the delivery systems and so forth? You know, from OpenTable to DoorDash and Uber Eats and so forth, and keeping all that current and menus up to date and inventory up to date. And
yeah, I only have 50 seconds. I'll try to bite it as much as of that as I can. So it is not correct that we have to integrate with OpenTable and all of these other ones. We have our own reservation platform where we can actually track everything from allergies to how many times they visited, or marketing campaigns that goes out can, you know, go the full circle where we can track full ROI. Think about it as Apple, like what Apple did to, you know, the German, the cell phone, the like all these different tools. They built this all-in-one controlled ecosystem with a very easy user flow, and it changed the whole game. And then also, we don't need to be best in class in everything. We just need to create a better experience than this terrible ecosystem stack they have today. So a lot of features are not used. So we don't have to have all the bells and whistles. We just need to solve their problem.
Thank you. Dear Sharks, do you have any anyone would like to connect with Alex, or you have feedback?
Alex, a super quick. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, no, I was just saying I'd like to connect. Thanks, Tim.
Good. Sorry, Vish. Yeah, just real quick. Like with incumbent systems displacing competitors, what you're going to have, I just intuit that restaurants are going to look at this as sort of plumbing rather than a competitive edge. Like, in your opinion, what is the one or two things that really make it truly sticky, indispensable, that are going to help you sort of overcome this switching cost inertia that's going to exist?
Yeah, so we've taken away all the barriers of entry. So we do the download of all their data. We've built an AI tool to convert Toast, Square, and Clover's databases into IO format. So before they even come on to us, in 45 seconds, we convert all their data into our system. And then the other one is that we pay for all the hardware. So we go out, we do the full install, we set everything up. And because we have their entire eco stack, it becomes extremely sticky. To leave us, they would literally need to call like 5, 6, 7 different companies to solve their tech stack. And because of that, we actually don't even have a contract. So we say, we will deliver for you. And if we don't, go ahead and go somewhere else.
Got it. Okay, great. Thanks. Sure. I'd be happy to connect, learn a little more.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, me too. Me too.
3 sharks in. David, and what about you?
No, I'm still out. I'm not sure I agree with the approach or the total amount spent to date to get to where they are.
Thank you. All right, this is your feedback, Alex. Congrats, you got almost a jackpot. So exciting. Please share your information in the chat, and we wish you success, and always exciting to have you as well.
Good to see you again, Daniel. Thank you so much.
Awesome. The next person to present is Alex from InstaShow. Alex.
Hey.
All right, good to see you. You got 2 minutes. You may start now.
Okay, thank you. By the way, we've been rebranded to Power Brand. InstaShop turned out to be copyrighted. Anyway, we have 3 co-founders, a lead programmer from a major fashion distributor of Timberland, New Balance, and so on, lead programmer of a major CPA advertising agency with thousands of websites connected, and myself. I have 2 startups launched and sold. And this is what we do. Social commerce, sales on social media, is about to reach $2 trillion. It sells so much on social media that TikTok in the US currently sells more than Walmart online. It's number 4 online seller in the US, TikTok. And there are a number of companies. One of them is LTK, which is worth now $2 billion. And it's growing. But there are 2 problems. First, they provide shopping from influencers, but the user experience is, well, terrible. They use so primitive technologies that users have to go over 5 redirections and spend a minute to get to a product order. And second, they pay influencers so little, just about 8%, that they're only interested for small influencers. And we have achieved this. We have provided with our technology instant shopping ability at any influencer in 3 seconds, and you are on the product page. Much higher conversion. And second, we have created dropshipping system with code 3PL. So brands provide us wholesale pricing, and we earn 50 to 75% per sale.
Alex, final statements to the Sharks?
Final statement, we have just yesterday have certified our first part of integration with Shopify. And we're looking forward to major launch starting next month, step by step. But there is over 100 brands already ready to be integrated.
Thank you. Dear Sharks, do you have any questions or feedback?
I think you ran out of time, Alexi, before I could comprehend what it is that you built. Definitely, like with a quick pitch format like this, 2 minutes, I would don't worry about too much about the background. Just cut right to the chase with the problem, why it's significant, and how your solution is going to solve that problem.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, everybody likes shopping on social media, would like to shop on social media, but the technology wasn't there. Now it is. And it's really profitable. We earn per sale 20 to 30%. We have served several hundred orders already. We have customers who have made up to 7 orders. It's working. The major issue was integration with Shopify. Just yesterday, our first plugin was published.
Okay. Do you guys have any more questions to Alex? Any one of you in or out? Alex, do you have any traction sales happening? What's your traction?
We have served for now just 200 orders ourselves, but have a branch startup who licenses technology from us. They have made 5,000 sales. And another one startup with apps is also licensing this technology now.
Okay. So
we can multiply stores every 5 minutes, and we can manage hundreds of such stores as easily as one.
Thank you, Alex. So sorry, Dan, you're out, right? So it was your feedback. I guess Julie is nodding as well. You're out as well, right?
Yes, thank you, though.
Vishishta, do you have any feedback or you're in, out?
No, thanks, Alexei. I'm out. I don't know enough about social commerce, and I wouldn't be able to help you out a lot there. So thanks.
And David's?
Yeah.
I like the space. I've seen several startups trying to work over the last couple of years on making social more easily shoppable and connecting to shops seamlessly. It's a difficult challenge to get done right. I would wait and see how this really works for for the merchants that are using it at scale. It always seems easy and winds up being much more nuanced and gets bogged down with the details. So I'm out for now. Happy to check back in 6 months.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Alex, good luck with your project. And please share information in the chat. We have more investors and support others here as well. Thank you. And the next person to present is Nicholas Seed from Undesert. Nicholas, are you here? Hello? Nicholas, please turn on your camera and unmute yourself. I can see you. Perfect.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. You got 2 minutes, and you may start now.
Okay, great. Hi, my name is Nicholas Seed. I'm the CEO of Undesert, and we have a proprietary technology, patented, that can clean the world's dirtiest water, which actually comes from the oil and gas industry. I bet you didn't know that for every gallon of oil that comes out of gas that comes out of the ground, it's accompanied by 6 to 8 gallons or barrels of toxic produced water. And in New Mexico, where I live, and in Texas, the number 2 and number 1 oil producing regions, that adds up to 1 billion gallons of produced water every single day that is pumped underground. And in Texas, that causes earthquakes. The EPA has designated produced water as a hazardous waste. There is no solution today that is capable of dealing with that incredible volume, except for ours. So Undesert has developed this technology. My partner, Hill Kemp, is the inventor. We've had it certified by the Los Alamos National Laboratory, and we developed it at the Bergendorf Research Facility in Alamogordo, New Mexico, Federal Water Research Facility. And the way it works is basically takes ancient technology, which was invented by Aristotle in 500 BC, and has solved all of the bottlenecks associated with basic evaporation and condensation. And now in one pond, if we compare it to a pond evaporator, we are 900 times more efficient than regular pond evaporation by virtue of the secret sauce inside of that pattern. So I'm here to raise a pre-seed of 200,000 to kickstart our manufacturing process, and would be delighted to work with any of you in this project.
Right. Thank you. Dear Sharks, do you have any questions?
Thanks, Nicholas. Pre-seed is too early for us, firstly, so sorry, but I am interested in so are you selling to who care, like who's the target customer basically? Like who I recognize
platform technology, and that is the problem. When we could solve things like drinking water, we could solve things like municipal water cleaning. There are a million billion applications for clean water cleaning, and so we went to the Techstars accelerator in the East Coast, and they put us in touch with Shell Corporation. And what Shell Corporation said is, oil companies are basically water companies, and the amount of water that comes through the oil system is mind-boggling. And in fact, even in water-starved New Mexico, we're just getting rid of so much of this produced water. It's just crazy. So
yeah, you got to give short answers because Julie wanted to ask you more questions, and you didn't let her do this. Julie, did Nicholas answer your question?
Yeah, so companies like Shell Corporation are your target customer.
Yeah, that's right. Oil disposal companies are actually the right term for that, because there are existing companies that right now do this treatment and then underground disposal. And they're under the gun from the Texas legislature to stop causing earthquakes. So they have to find a solution. And so we're doing pilots right now with a whole bunch of them.
And have you looked into the different plays that you talked about? So like are you going that route to market because it's the most lucrative in your opinion?
It's definitely the most lucrative, the most underserved, and the one we're uniquely qualified for. I mean, there's a lot of players who would claim to do desalination like RO, and so forth, but they can't touch produced water because it's so contaminated. Except we don't have any problem with produced water because of the process.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So, Nicholas, are you purporting to take this highly contaminated water and make it like drinking quality water? It seems like a very expensive proposition.
We draw the line at drinking water. We say agriculture water, and it actually turns out in New Mexico, all of the water that we have underground, a huge percentage of it is being used for agriculture. It's for growing crops. It should be saved for drinking water, but it's used for agriculture. So what we say is we produce water for agriculture, and certainly it's got less regulations around it.
Okay. I mean, isn't it a fairly well-established practice that oil and gas companies just re-inject water back into reservoir formations to keep pressure up? Like that, like I don't see the controversy there. Like that just seems like the logical thing to do with the water. Why try to reclaim it?
Well, because it is causing seismic activity. Texas experienced the second highest seismic activity after California last year. And so it's because of this underground disposal of water.
Thank you. Is there any of the investor sharks interested to connect with Nicholas and his team? Or you guys have feedback and you out?
I'll just comment because I had the last question, but real quick. I mean, on the margin, I think it's very interesting, but like short of some like legislative change that this forbids oil and gas companies to re-inject that water, I just feel like this is a difficult startup to run at scale or have significant traction.
Right. It costs them about $3 a barrel, $2 to transport, $1 to inject. We can clean at the site of their access. So we clean for if we charge $1 a barrel, we'll be making a 50% margin on that.
Thank you. Then is it You out or?
I think I would like follow your journey. It's like maybe a bit out of our wheelhouse, but it's kind of interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it awesome? Anyone else? Julie, are you in or out?
Yeah, I'm happy to, connect again in another like 6 months to a year. It'd be interesting to see where you get with your, pre-seed and go to market and whatnot. So happy to
follow up. Thank you.
Does it mean like we connect you now or like for now you're out?
For now I'm out, but connect with me on LinkedIn.
I will do that.
Vishishta?
Yeah, Nicholas, I'd like to know a bit more. While it's not directly our focus, I might have some friends that might be interested in looking at this. So happy to introduce you to them, but would just love to know a bit more offline so we can connect later.
Thank you. David?
I'm about 6-7 years ago, I invested in another clean water startup that is doing industrial, taking toxic water from manufacturing and turning it into gray water. What I learned is, it's easy to get pilots. It's hard to get long-term permanent contracts. They've been struggling for year after year after year with pilots and not a lot of long-term contracts. It took a while. They finally got some, and it's a struggle. It's a process. It's more about the business side and large enterprise sales than about the technology. So I wish you luck with that, but you got an uphill battle ahead of you to get long-term contract implementations with large enterprises, with Fortune 100 companies. So I'm out.
Thank you. Good luck. Share information in the chat. And we probably take one or maximum two projects, probably one. I'm not sure yet, but we are approaching the final minutes of our session. And those who don't pitch will get a chance to pitch in next time with high priority. Just don't forget to email my team, all the contacts in the chat, and we'll share again. All right. Thank you, Nicholas. And the next one is Michelle from MIC. Michelle? Good to have you. You got 2 minutes and you may start now.
Am I on mute or?
You can talk, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sharks, imagine a world where every entrepreneur has the support they need to succeed. I'm Michelle, co-founder of Meek, and we're making that world a reality. Every year, millions of businesses fail due to lack of support. Meek is changing that. We're not just another networking platform. We're a complete ecosystem for entrepreneurs. Picture this, a single mom in rural America with a brilliant business idea. She logs into Meek and instantly connects with mentors, learns from tailored courses, and gets noticed by investors. That's the power of Meek. But here's where it gets exciting. We're not just helping entrepreneurs, we're democratizing entrepreneurship. Only 27% of small business owners are women, and minorities are even less represented. Meek is leveling the playing field. Our traction speaks for itself. We have 4,000 pre-registrants and 1,000 active users. We've secured partnerships with top universities and are collaborating with Amazon and Draper University. We're not just dreaming, we're doing. The market potential is massive. The global entrepreneurship ecosystem is valued at over 100 million. Now, here's where you come in. We're seeking 1 million for 20% equity. With your investment, we'll scale to 500,000 users, launch revenue-generating courses and events, and become the go-to platform for entrepreneurs worldwide. Our team brings the perfect blend of entrepreneurial experience, tech expertise, and marketing savvy. We've founded successful startups, worked with global investment firms, and mastered digital marketing. Sharks, this isn't just an investment, it's a revolution. Every dollar you invest doesn't just help us, it helps thousands of entrepreneurs. It creates jobs, drives innovation, and builds a more inclusive business world. Remember, businesses with mentors are twice as likely to succeed. With Meek, we're not just helping businesses survive, we're helping them thrive. So Sharks, who's ready to join the Meek revolution and change the face of entrepreneurship forever?
You're awesome. Sharks, do you have any questions to Michelle?
Hey, Michelle. My gut reaction is everything seems kind of vague here. There's almost unlimited free courses on YouTube around these kind of topics and for business formation and mentoring? Like, what specific services or products are you providing, and can you point to specific success stories?
Specific success stories, I don't have that data in front of me, but I can email it to you. We will provide event tickets, courses for lifting startups, subscription-based models, premium subscription, and for investors in the future, we want to implement AI, which will help match investors to entrepreneur. If there is some kind of investment, we'll take a small percentage of that. And we would like to use this AI to give startups a score or rating on success probability.
Thanks, Michelle. This is just more, and kind of piggybacking off Dan's comment, it's more just of a comment, but like where I've seen these being like successful, these types of platforms, is when they really narrow their focus and serve, you know, a specific function, like solely that function, or very clearly serve a specific demographic, meaning, you know, like an age group or like male, female, like that kind of way. And so maybe it's because you're too early and you're still kind of figuring out which way to go, but I would really advise picking what lane you want to play in. Because
Right.
yeah, that's where I've seen
success. Yeah, we've partnered with a bunch of universities, and the goal is to get these, you know, entrepreneurs here.
I'm sorry, maybe it's my internet, but
Yeah. Thank you, dear Sharks. Because we are like short on time. Anyone interested to connect with Michelle? Please shout out. Anyone in? Okay. Michelle, thank you so much. Please share your information. Great to have you, and good luck with your project. And stay in touch.
Thank you.
Dear Sharks, would you allow one more project to present and then we're closing, or you would prefer to close?
No, I need to get going. I have another meeting.
Okay, so David, we'll let you give your final feedback now. Why don't you close now? Say your final feedback to the audience, and we'll listen one more project.
Oh, it's a great event. Great to be here. Some really interesting projects. Great use of the 2 hours. Happy to be back again sometime. And anyone who didn't get to pitch today that thinks might have something relevant to show me, feel free to reach out.
Thank you, David. Appreciate that, and always great to have you. All right, the final project for today is Tiago Freitas from Scarlet AI. Tiago, you ready?
Yeah.
You got
I'm
10
ready.
minutes. You're closing today's session.
All right, thanks. So in 2020, during the pandemic, I became a Salesforce consultant. And that's about when GPT-3 came out. So I started experimenting with AI, doing several automations, created my own Telegram bot with voice messages. And so I started thinking how to automate my job as a consultant and how to create an AI consultant at the time. And I figured that you really need human in the loop UX, and you need a way to decompose the requests from the client and the tasks into subtasks that can then be tackled by AI. And also you need to get the right data for each task. And so as I thought about this problem, I started thinking about creating a task automation platform, a general automation platform that could automate any task. So I created a prototype of this, and I got investment right away. So I raised 70K at the end of last year from Jude Gomila and another angel. And so I've been building the MVP and working with initial users. I got around 200 users in the first few months, and right now I'm at around 400. And so based on that, I've been implementing more features and making it more robust. So I just launched 2 weeks ago the first MVP that people can already try, and I've been working on it to improve it for enterprise. So you can think of it as a human in the loop AI agents, because AI agents make mistakes. And so if you don't have a human in the loop, then it's difficult for it to work in real life. And so what you do is you just input the task that you want to do, be it a complex report or even like organizing an event, basically any one-off task that someone at a company might want to do in their day-to-day. And the system will learn from the project management system of the enterprise. So if they ever did a similar task in the past, the system will learn from that and then plan all the subtasks that need to be done to accomplish that project or complex task. And so then the user can tweak the plan, and there's a very good user experience to do this. And then the system will integrate with many different AI tools. Choose the best one and delegate to the best.
Yeah, you pass time. What's your final statement? That's it?
Yeah, so we delegate to the best tool or agent, and then take care of the execution, and you are always in the loop for oversight and for automation in general.
Okay.
There's more. There's no time yet.
Appreciate that. Dear Sharks, this is your final round of selection and final feedback. You may say right away if you're in and out, and share your feedback and ask questions. Thank you. Who wants to start first?
Tiago. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Dan. Please go ahead. It seems like we both always talk at the same time.
Okay, you go ahead.
Yeah, Tiago, have you heard of this company called Crew AI?
Yeah, so yeah, I've heard of it, and I'm negotiating also with them. So my plan is to create a marketplace of agents and tools for specific tasks, and I'm like a layer above that. So right now I integrate with Zapier, so you can test it yourself on a personal level. But the idea is for this marketplace to integrate with many different AI agents, including Crew AI, to create your own agents for very specific niche tasks. And I'm like more the task orchestrator. So I orchestrate the task, get the right data from the company data so that you have a central place for all the integrations. And also the users can have like a unified interface. And so to automate any task, they just use our interface, which provides the best user experience. But then in the background, there are several different specialized agents that we will integrate with to perform like basically the best tool for the job.
Yeah.
Got it. My question was, can I not use Crew AI to just create a collaborative agent to be a supervisor, essentially, of all the agents that I've deployed?
You can, but the agents are meant to run in the background, and they don't really provide the best user experience in terms of UI UX. And then you will be basically locked into the Crew AI platform, and I'm a layer above that. So I prevent lock-in, and you can connect to all the existing company tools and not just agents. So I provide a better human in the loop experience and integration, and also with the data sources.
Got it.
Okay. Maybe final question. Are you guys interested to connect with Tiago or anyone in, or are you guys out?
Well, Tiago, I think now that you mentioned that it's an orchestration layer, I actually like it more. I just feel like agentic AI is like incredibly crowded right now, and like incumbents have got massive war chests, so there's like no competing there, like technically speaking. So, but I'd be kind of interested to take a look at what you built, and yeah, probably early for us, but yeah, let's chat.
Awesome. One shark is in. So he left. Let's see. Julie.
It's a bit early for us, Tiago, but thanks very much for your time and good luck.
Thank you. And Vishishta, are you in or out?
Diego, I'd like to know more. I'm more than happy to connect you to Joao, Crew AI's founder. It's one of our portfolio companies. Maybe we can work something out. But yeah, definitely interested in learning more.
Perfect. Thank you. Tiago, share your information here in the chat. And this is the moment we are closing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
So this is the final moment. Very excited. That was amazing event, great project. We had 14 companies pitched today and 16 matches with investors. Imagine, like within 2 hours, so many connections. And we'll do warm introductions with those startups investors selected. And this is exciting. Yeah, this is the moment. This is when the real connections really happened with real investors. Dear investors, we highly appreciate your time and always value your participation. This is the moment when you give your final words of wisdom, your feedback. Dan, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks a lot, Danil. It's great to be back for another season of Sharks. I think this is a great format. Thank you to all the entrepreneurs who pitched today. I hope you're successful. Maybe I could just provide like some really quick pitching feedback. Just remember, this is a quick pitch format, and often I want to recommend that the best way to convey your idea is with an example, so that you can just kind of describe the problem and weave in a for instance statement. Briefly walk us through with clarity what your solution is and how it could work in the real world. And yeah, just remember you have a very brief time to differentiate yourself. So keep the answers to questions really crisp and sharp. Like, game it out with your co-founders or friends beforehand to kind of imagine what questions might get asked. And also just a reminder, this is a place for venture scale businesses. We had to be able to imagine returning a lot to our LPs, so 100xing your companies. So it for us, having these venture scale businesses, it means you need to have a lot of clarity around how this can have hyper growth potential. So just make sure that your startup can fit that model.
Awesome, love that. Valuable feedback as always. Vishishta would like to go next, and I let Julie to close. Vishishta, what would be your final words of wisdom?
So, there's probably not going to be much wisdom in my words. I'm just going to piggyback off Dan's comments. You've got really short time, so keep it short, keep it crisp. Just make sure that in 2 minutes we have zero context to what you're building. So just you need to be extremely clear. Just simplify your language. Don't use a lot of technical jargons, and just your idea should be to just make people understand within 2 minutes exactly what you're doing, hopefully with an example of the real world. And that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot, everyone. Great session.
It's available advice. Appreciate that. Thank you. And always great to have you. Julie, you're closing our final global session of GGW 47. Super excited to have you. Whatever you share is super valuable for the audience.
Yeah, thanks so much, Daniel. Great event and wonderful format. It's great to get to meet so many people so quickly. I would echo both points made on the short. It's a skill in itself to be able to deliver, something so succinct that you spend all your time thinking about. So appreciate that it's tough, but I would leverage the use cases and the real world examples to really get the core of the problem across when you are giving your 30-second pitch. And just to give you insight into kind of what we think about, we're looking for team growth and co-investors. And I really didn't hear a lot about team, when people were talking about their solutions and what they were building. I don't think you need to go into co-investors in a quick pitch like that, but definitely hitting on growth, hitting on who's building this, and also why you're building this problem. I think if you can cover those 3 things, really get it across snappy and not overload from a metrics perspective, but still get across growth. It's a very fine balance. As I said, it's a skill in itself. But great job, and thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Thank you. This is amazing. Thank you. Great advice, and always happy to have you. Everyone, that was an amazing event. So excited to have all of you. I've shared in the chat the feedback form. Please share your feedback. It's very valuable. Every time you share, we read it and try to improve. And also join the platform. Creating a profile is free, so some investors can notice you early. And thank you so much, investors, to always being with us, supporting. So everyone, please share, take screenshots, and always repost whatever we share on social media, because this helps us to spread the word and not to pay Google and Facebook for advertising to bring you here in this place. So we keep this event free. Amazing. Thank you, and have a great the rest of the week, the rest of the day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.